Next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey.
We got a big shakeup over at Microsoft's gaming business. CEO Phil Spencer, he is out. He is a over 30-year veteran of this company, nearly 40 years, actually. He's been running the Xbox business for over a decade. He is stepping down, and he is now going to be replaced by another Microsoft executive. That's president of Core AI, Asha Sharma. She works a lot with developers on artificial intelligence and things like that. She was a big keynote speaker at their Build conference last year. So she's going to be taking the reins. Also stepping down is Sarah Bond, the COO and president of Microsoft's gaming unit as well. So a big shakeup there.
Bad news, Boba here.
You got a problem?
Yeah, I got a problem.
Stop it!
With someone like Phil Spencer stepping away, the question isn't what's gone wrong, because most of us have probably seen this coming for a while. The real question is what chapter just ended, and especially what's coming in the future, what's in store for us. Phil has been at Microsoft for decades, and for most gamers, myself included, he was the heart and soul of Xbox. Not just an executive face, but probably the best mediator you could get between corporate reality and the players themselves and their expectations. A guy that's got to sit in boardrooms full of spreadsheets and data, but he's still throwing his 2 cents in for the gamers. So why is he retiring now? Well, we have on record that Spencer said he's ready to begin the next chapter of his life. He said that to Satya last year. And with the emergence of Sarah Bond, his successor seemed to be ready for the upcoming moment. Because what more could he do? When Xbox dropped the ball in the early 2000s, it wasn't just a bad product cycle. It was in a crisis. Trust was broken, players were angry, studios were on the chopping block, and internally, Xbox was still fighting to prove it even mattered inside Microsoft. So Phil's role was pretty clear when he took over the spot. To stabilize the brand, rebuild goodwill, and buy time. He did exactly that. He shifted away from being a console underneath a TV and moved into something bigger, an ecosystem. He emphasized services over hardware. He pushed ideas like Game Pass. His job was never just to sell consoles. His real mission was to save Xbox. And Phil did that for the most part, by building enormous goodwill with the players, or at least appearing that way.
So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy.
And as the Xbox became larger, the harder it got to balance. With massive acquisitions come massive expectations. And shareholders don't care about the gamers. I think Phil's reached this point where the Xbox he believed in no longer aligns with the Xbox he has to run. I mean, who wants to become the symbol of decisions that they no longer fully control? Satya obviously wants leadership that's less about traditional gaming and more about enterprise technology and strategies and calculated analytics. Nothing about Asha's background suggests that creativity will have a chance at survival. Gaming is changing. It's being absorbed into something bigger. With the emergence of AI, growing subscription services, cross-device ecosystems, it's a sad truth, but the next phase for Xbox isn't about defending its existence, but it's about turning gaming into a long-term platform business. A business inside a trillion-dollar company, where the road ahead is less about winning hearts and more about systems, scale, emerging technology, AI-driven development, cloud-native platforms, cross-device ecosystems, long-term margin pressure, shareholder expectations. Those aren't battles you win with charisma or community trust alone. The craziest part of this is the timing. At the soonest, I would expect it after something like the Dev Direct in June, but not so close as to detract from the games, or a final one more emotional send-off at the end of Xbox's 25th anniversary. A big, say, Debbie Downer moment, paired with a great outlook and Gears launch just on the horizon. Let's take a quick look at the official messaging. I'll link in the description. Satya says he's long on gaming and its role at the center of our consumer ambition. He also says Asha Sharma will become Executive Vice President and CEO. reporting directly to him. Over the last 2 years at Microsoft and previously as Chief Operating Officer at Instacart and Vice President at Meta, Asha has helped build and scale services that reach billions of people and support thriving consumer and developer ecosystems. She brings deep experience building and growing platforms, aligning business models to long-term value, blah, 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 operating at scale, blah, 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 growth. Matt Booty will become Executive Vice President and Chief Content Officer, reporting directly to Asha. He goes on to say he thanks Phil for his services, how he admires him, his commitment, and then goes on to say Phil will continue working closely with Asha to ensure a smooth transition. Phil also has a few words to say. Phil being Phil says, Xbox has always been more than a business. It's a vibrant community of players, creators, and teams who care deeply about what we build and how we build it. And it deserves a thoughtful, deliberate plan for the road ahead. He mentions Asha taking over the role. And he says, we know this is an important moment for our fans, partners, and teams, and we're committed to getting it right. I'll remain in an advisory role, like I said earlier, through the summer to support a smooth handoff. He's also grateful for the strength of our studios. Matt Booty and our studio teams continue to build an incredible portfolio. And I don't buy this. He says, I have full confidence in the leadership and creative momentum across our global studios. But then he goes on to say, as part of this transition, Sarah Bond has decided to leave Microsoft to begin a new chapter. Sarah's been instrumental during a defining period for Xbox, shaping our platform strategy, expanding Game Pass and cloud gaming, blah, 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 blah. Significant moments in history, blah, blah, blah. Grateful for her partnership and the impact she's had. Most of all, to everyone in Microsoft Gaming, I want to say thank you. And he has a nice little touch at the end. He signs off his little message with his Xbox gamer tag because at his heart, he is a gamer. And Asha, she starts off by saying, today I begin my role as CEO of Microsoft. I feel two things at once, humility and urgency. Humility because the team has built something extraordinary. Urgency because gaming is in a period of rapid change and we need to move with clarity and conviction. She goes on to thank Phil for his leadership and then says her job is simple. It starts with 3 commitments. First, she acknowledges great games. Everything begins there. She goes on to say we will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, and back bold new ideas. We will take risk. We will enter new categories and markets where we can add real value grounded in what players care about most. I promoted Matt Booty in honor of his commitment. He understands the craft and the challenges of building great games, has led teams that deliver award-winning work, and has earned the trust of game developers. Second commitment, the return of Xbox. And this is a bold statement. We will recommit to our core Xbox fans and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years, and to the developers who build the expansive universes, blah, blah, blah. We will celebrate our roots with renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox and to the developers who build ambitious experiences. And the third commitment is future of play. We are witnessing the reinvention of play. Basically, she goes on to say, as monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art, crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. The next 25 years belong to the teams who dare to build something surprising, something no one else is willing to try, and have the patience to see it through. We have done this before, and I'm here to help us do it again. Yeah, you've been there for 2 years. I want to return to the renegade spirit that built Xbox in the first place. It will require us to relentlessly question everything, revisit processes, protect what works, and be brave enough to change what does not. Thank you for welcoming me into this journey. And Matt Booty, we're not even going to touch that. I'm not going to lie, the Asha-Satya combo has me concerned. I would feel less worried if someone like Mike Ibarra joined the ranks, but given the fact that Phil had less say in recent times, I don't know that Ibarra could thrive or make a difference, as it seems the corporates have the upper hand. Do I believe Asha has what it takes, or that she's the future of Xbox? No. Do I think they're going to cancel the upcoming console? Definitely not. But I do think this is a sad day for gamers, no matter what their platform of choice is. Phil was the longest tenured gaming CEO for a reason, and Xbox is signaling more than just a change in leadership. It's signaling that gaming seems to be on a downward spiral of a clinical, business-first approach. I've rambled on long enough. I really want to know your thoughts. Is the Xbox we know and love dying slowly? Or do you see a bright future? Tell me in the comments section below. Until next time, it's your boy Boba. I'm out.